Want to 10x your growth? Discover how only 3 growth hacks in 10 days can change everything. Welcome to the 10-Day Growth Hacking Challenge with your host, Nader Sabri. And today we are here with Amanda Gonell from Queens, New York. She is shaking up the beauty business by bringing 3 elements: beauty, medicine, and energy therapy together. If you want to know more about her, go below or check out her kickoff video where you can learn a little bit more about her mission and how she's planning to shake up the beauty business. Today, we're here on hack number 2, which we're looking at is DIY tutorials in a very unique way where Amanda is basically going to show people how to do a very expensive makeover, and forgive my basic language on this, but very basic an expensive makeover for a very low cost using materials that everybody has access to. And so she's breaking down the barriers of access to beauty, plus medical access to medical techniques and energy healing that work with it. And I hope I haven't messed that up, Amanda. Did I get it right?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Okay. You take over. Speak up. Take over. Tell us what.
I got you. So our last time we talked, it was we're doing hack number 2, and we're talking about do it yourself, right? And so I'm a big believer in like saving saving money, right? And so everyone's trying to save money, and everyone's always trying to find like something that they can do at home instead of buying it, right? So because I'm into the medical field and I'm also into the holistic stuff, I feel like I like to give people a little bit more of like a real deal. So there's some products that you can use at home that there's no need for you to go out and spend all this money on, like $28 for a body scrub that's like super small. There's no need for that. You can do the body scrubs at home, and body scrubs are great because they nourish the body, they hydrate the body, and they slough off all of the dead skin. So, a lot of times we don't take care of our skin from the neck down. Some of you from the neck up and down. But but in all, what I like about the body scrub, and I have it here to show you guys, what I like about the body scrub is that it is a very decadent, very like fancy kind of ritual. But it really doesn't have to cost much money. So, and how you make it spiritual is, well, I like to also now do with the tutorial, you can, while making your body scrub, you can always do some meditation over it. You can use like the tools like sage, which is very good for cleansing, and you can kind of put an intention into your body scrub because you're creating it. So in terms of healing, anything that you can create with your own hands, you have the power to put all the love into it. And so it's about like the experience that you're creating with yourself, right? Yeah. So there's brown sugar, and nice. I decided brown sugar because sugar is like it has an acid in it already, so it helps with the skin. And then there's like pink salt, and that's very cleansing, so you can choose. And then of course there's coffee. And so what I did was I kind of did a cute little tutorial, and I'll show you guys later how to make your body scrub. And it has it's like luxurious. It can tackle all types of different things in the body. You can make it very intimate and nice, and you don't have to spend it's probably like cost me $13, and you have like a month's supply. I think you can do a body scrub a week with this. So wow. Super excited. And I never did that before. Thank you so much for giving me the inspiration to go in this direction, because a lot of people, some people have done it, and just being able to put my own spin into it and get my crowd interested in it, it's changing. Wow. It's changing.
So for the scrub that's $13, I mean, how much would that, to get the same quality from a branded product that I would buy off the shelf, what would that cost? What's the difference in cost between you doing it at home for $13 for a month's supply versus getting a really good one out there that equivalent to the same thing?
Well, they're roughly around about 30, like something made this organic, because it's organic sugar and all, you know, all natural oils. If you go and you get something cheap, you can get a sugar scrub for like maybe $7, but there's a lot of chemicals in it, and then that's exactly what we're trying to avoid with doing the whole natural stuff, right? And then if you get something natural with a lot of great product in it, you usually get a small container that will last you a month, but we're talking about like maybe $30, up until like maybe $30 to $70, maybe
Okay.
sometimes even, and you know, and it's like you have to hold on to it, like for
Wow.
dear life, you know.
So you produce it for 13, and commercially it would be $70, up to $70, but not the same quantity, correct?
Yeah, for the, well, not the same quantity at all. You make more at home. I mean, I have enough to have maybe 2 scrubs, and it would be a nice amount of scrub too, you know. So it's much better. And so this is the kind of things that I want to bring to light also, where it's like, okay, guys, this here isn't worth you buying at the store, but maybe something else is that you can't get outside of like the holistic world, like maybe something medical that has some type of chemicals in it that you can't get yourself.
That's
So you have to
awesome. Yeah.
start.
So I think I think part of this format, like it's, and I know you're still working on, I think it's really important to just like openly state, like, hey, for example, like if I needed 2 bottles at $70, that's $140, but you just produced it for $13, right? Which is a fraction of the cost, and it's still even better quality than the one that you would have
Better
bought.
quality.
Yeah, and so that's like a really crucial way, I think, to communicate that. And so you reminded me of something very interesting. Now, unfortunately, I may not remember her name correctly, but there's a lady out of Japan, and she's known as the organization lady, Marie Cordeau or something like that. And so she puts positive energy into clothes. So when she's folding the clothes and she does the positive energy, right? Passes positive energy into the clothes. So when you take it out of the closet and wear it, and she does a lot of that when it comes to home organization. So immediately when you said that about putting the positive energy into it, I'm like, this is like Marie Cordeau from Japan. I believe I got her. I hope I got her name correctly, but you just check it out. Yeah. So she also does some of that, but from an organizational perspective, to bring positive energy into your organization at home. That is, yeah.
And it all just comes together with mindfulness. You know what I'm doing? It's like it's like a little bit of something new, but it's not necessarily new. It's just taking a concept and just really, you know, showing people step by step that you can add mindfulness into everything that you do, and it really does increase like the quality of life. And it costs literally nothing but just your time and just the thought. So it's so nice to have, you know, things that like your book that just help you kind of go step by step, because essentially that's what we're trying to do. I mean, what I'm trying to do is, these are simple things people already heard of, but when it's, you know, when it's shown to you in a different way, you know, and that's how I feel like everything's becoming more clear as I'm going through the hacks with you. So
Perfect.
these ideas more
Yeah, and
refined.
I can see that through the process, where your clarity has become a lot more crystal as we go through this process, and it's gotten your energy levels realigned. I can also observe that as we go through this, which is quite amazing. And so for the tutorials, have you executed any of the tutorials as a video as of yet? Like, have you built a video format as of yet, or are you still in the process of figuring that out?
I'm still kind of in the process of figuring out, kind of just putting it together. But I did do a like kind of like a preview, and
Awesome.
so far the signals are there. Like, even
Good.
though something I've seen other people do before, it never hit me.
Yep.
Amanda, you do it too. And so you're now doing it, and you would think, oh, you know, like everyone's doing it, they don't care, but they love it, and they really are interacting, and it's really increasing, you know, the momentum in my on my page. So I love it.
Awesome. So technically, I mean, just for background, so you put some of the videos onto your Instagram, and then you got some signals back. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm getting a lot of
Wonderful.
doing,
Wonderful.
making. Oh, I love that. I have ideas too, like a lot of interaction. And usually, with social media, that's the most important. Sometimes it's like, are people, do they like it?
Engaging. Yep, yep, yep. Are they saving? Are they sharing? Are they commenting? Are they spending time on it? And those are like the indicators. And so what I mean, stepping back a bit, what I love about what you've done, stepping back, and talking about results versus signals, and you've gone way over that. You understand that the signals are more important than the results. And
Yeah.
so it's broken down that barrier. You've gone out, you've done something super simple. She's put it on Instagram. It's measurable. It's very easy to get a signal on there to understand if somebody would yay or nay or whatever it might be, even if it's just a small signal. Remember, we're not looking for big signals initially, but if you get one, that's a very positive sign. Even just getting a small signal can go a very long way. And I think you've received a big signal in this case, haven't you? That people are
Yeah.
really like, we want more of this. Is that what happened?
Tutorials, they like it.
Awesome. Okay, that is awesome news. So now time to produce more. Time to
I
scale and produce more. So it's going back to hack one, right? You remember the calendar of all that content, all the content ideas
Yeah.
we put together, right?
Yes. So now it's like, this is what I'm going to be doing with the calendar.
Yeah, executing the calendar by building these things. And I think like experimenting with the video format, just like we talked about, especially starting with cost. And then also okay, so I'll share with you an experience that I have, and this is something that is purely anecdotal from my perspective, but worth experimenting with. When I watch a tutorial video, they're very good at telling you the steps, but they don't. Some of them are good at telling you the cost, and that's, I think, you got to plan out. But you know what? Most of them are not good at is giving you the ingredients or the resources required, listing them. So, for example, like if you pick up, an ingredient that's available at a Walgreens or almost any other popular pharmacy that anyone can pick up, stating that it would be available at these kinds of places, this is the name of the product, and you would find it in the following category. You've just completely simplified people's lives when they need to get the resources, on top of teaching them how to use it, on top of making it cost effective. Just a thought that I think you need to play around with when it comes to the formatting of these videos, just to see how people will respond. And on the bigger pictures, we talked about, I think it was in kickoff, we talked about, we want to get you sponsors, right? We want to get some sponsor revenue in there. And so by you mentioning things like, being able to get at almost any Walgreens, and I think Walgreens is the most popular pharmacy anyways in the US, correct me if I'm wrong, but you have many other places like a Target or Walmart, and just knowing that there's, right?
Every little detail, right? You're just like breaking it down because it's like everyone's doing it. So how am I going to make this video different? And then break that down and like, okay, well, how am I going to get sponsored? It's like everything you do has an intention. It's like precise. It's really, really good. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So it's not going to get, and the good thing is, that it's not designed to get you results immediately. It's designed to get you signals. And so if people are going to Walmart because you told them to get the product, bam.
I'm not doing, of course I want the results, but a lot of these things I've noticed they take time and you have to be consistent. Like brands are going to just sponsor you for one time. I have to also kind of sit down and I guess pick out what brands I want to continuously like kind of shout out. And I'm going to feel comfortable doing that too, because you get mad, you're like shouting out these brands and they never hit you up and you're just like, okay, free stuff for no problem. So I'm going to definitely break it down to the last little thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wouldn't worry about pinging those brands because you can stop pinging them once you got that volume at any time. You can turn off the tap when you get the volume and make them pay. In a nice way. In a nice way. Yeah, in a nice way. But until then, it's worthwhile to do that. And there's some very creative hacks that we can talk about beyond, of course, these 3 hacks that we're doing in the challenge that can really springboard some of these sponsors coming in. Sponsorship revenue is a really big thing. And on top of the other areas that you can also develop, right?
It is. Yeah. This is here. This is getting revenue from all angles.
Yep. You need to diversify. You got to diversify the sources so we're able to see what sources work well and don't. And you never know, some sources may not work well now, but improve with time and vice versa. We don't know, but we're not there yet. We want to get that. We want to get your your format popularized, right? We want to get it popularized, and people be like, hey, I really like the way she does that. That works really well. And so people want more. And that's what we want at the moment. We want more people consuming your format, and then you producing more content to drive through to that, and the rest will fall into play.
And the rest will fall into it.
Yeah.
Like our third hack.
Yeah, you're ready. So if you can, once you create any of these formats at any level, share it with us. I'd love to edit it and put it into this video or one of the next ones, just to show people some of the work that you're doing. Really become creative. Like if I was you, I would test a few formats and get your audience to respond. Be like, here's format 1, 2, and 3. And be like, and just see like which kind of format people respond to and why. And remember, there's no right or wrong answer to this. This is just simply getting behavioral data. You know, just because everyone says this is great, but the data doesn't add up, you know, you need to make a judgment call there to figure it out, and vice versa. Or if they perfectly align, that's excellent. Yeah.
Happens a lot. So I'm totally gonna do that. Oh my goodness, all these hacks are getting to me. I have no time. I don't have enough time.
You will find the time. You will find the time. When you have all that passion and energy that comes out, and once you start to see some of these things work, automatically you'll start getting energy from places you never knew where, and it will all come together. But you're on the right path, and that's what counts. And we want to keep you on it. We want to keep it razor sharp. That is awesome. So anything else on hack number 2 that you want to share with us before we move on?
I think that's good.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is Amanda. She's shaking up the beauty business. She's given us some awesome examples. She's produced it herself. She has given us an example of something that she's produced for $13 at home, that if was bought commercially would be equivalent to about $140 because of quantity and quality, even though the quality of what she's produced is still better than that you'd buy off the shelf. She'll be developing a format on top of that in the form of tutorials, so people can do, well, mostly ladies, I think, as you're talking to us, can do this at home at a low cost and easily without having to spend a ton of money. That is absolutely awesome. For those who want to know more about Amanda, what she does, get more information below. If you want to get more intimate and understand a bit deeper about her story, head over to the first video, which is the kickoff video. We're done on hack number 2, shifting to hack number 3. Amanda, awesome. Thank you very much. As we tune out, so I don't forget, anybody who wants to copy what we're doing here and do what we're doing here in the 10-day growth hacking challenge, it is all in here. This is your guide. Thank you. And we'll see you in the next video. See you, Amanda. Bye-bye.